Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me, and that's what we have to remember in this ball game. It resounds when you think about it. Unbeaten versus winless, any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
He's going to the air on the opening drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Chuck Clark drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Mahan.
Open man is Quintez Cephas.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st and 10. Mahan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mills. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll look to throw again. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The numbers for Jones last week, 25 carries, 123 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on him. Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. On play action, Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 1 from the 2. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I should have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers over the middle. That's caught by Adams.
And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Jones going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And Detroit getting set to go now. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Mahan over the middle, complete. It's Armstrong.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing on 1st down. Mahan got his man complete over the middle. That's Armstrong. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
2nd and 4.
Back to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Mills. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is down to a field goal.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Roberts on the return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people...
And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here, as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
Throw right side, this is into the hands of the tight end Tunyon.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. The give to Jones.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and bunching. And there's another first down run right there.
They'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Patrick Ricard as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Oswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before break. Mahan. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On first down, Mahan. He's got it complete to Perkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down, Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Swift. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And he'll go down edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 3rd and 2, Mahan. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up.
And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this 3rd quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, they can get away from pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The give is to Jones.
And this will be a Packers first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The throw over the middle taken in. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run here with Swift.
And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 53. Doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Here's Carter now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
We've been in this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Mahan, the quick slant caught. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 39. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Mahan, the quick slant caught. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Swift. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Off the play fake. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Rashawn Gary. And there again for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And this is back down to a 7-point game.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here's Jones.
And he is going to have a Packers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. On this drive so far. It's first and 10. Rodgers to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push. And what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal. It's the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Rodgers looking to throw. It's caught here by Adams. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Packers, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,